I have a bad habit of picking up books and not finishing them, so I'm building a new habit of finishing my books this year. Hi beauties, it's your girl Syndie. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Syndie and on my channel I do fashion, lifestyle, and a little bit of just everything else in between. And in today's video I'm going to share with you guys tips on how to read faster, how to be a quicker reader, how to finish books much quicker. And since one of my goals this year is to read more books, I've been on the hunt for finding ways and techniques to help me read faster because naturally I'm a slow reader. I don't know, maybe it's the math brain in me, but I take my time when I read, and so I had to find a way to help me read faster in order to achieve my goals this year. I really want to read more books. I find that books are a great way to gain knowledge from someone else who has the life experiences to explain that all to you in just a book. And I find that it helps me become a better communicator because I'm learning more terms, my vocabulary is strengthening. And I think overall it just helps me intellectually, and I really want to read this year. So I found some techniques that have helped me read faster, so if you're interested in seeing some of these techniques, then definitely stay tuned. So the first way to read books faster that I have found, and which is actually my favorite, is using short form. So this video is sponsored by short form. Thank you guys for partnering with me. I'm super excited because I found out about short form through watching another YouTuber. His name is Ali Abdal. I'll leave that link below. He has great productivity videos and he does book reviews, and I found out about that, and I will say this is my absolute favorite way to read books. I think it's a really great tool for using in so many different ways, and I'll share with you guys how I use it. Short form has a one-page summary of a book, and when I say summary, I really just mean like a guide, because these are very detailed summaries and it really like draws out the main ideas, the concepts of the book. I just really enjoy how they outline and summarize the book. And short form has a lot of different categories, so you can have business, entrepreneurship, personal finance, self-help, mindset, psychology, history, relationships. They have a ton of different categories that you can pick from if you're looking for a book. Some of my favorite categories have been self-improvement, money, finance, entrepreneurship. They have such a great library, and I'm very excited that I can kind of use these while I'm reading a book. So if you guys are interested in trying out short form, I will have a link down below. You guys will have 5 days of unlimited access plus a 20% off an annual subscription, which is amazing because I do think this is a very helpful tool. So the first way I like to use short form is really just reading a page summary of a book before I decide to read it. So if I'm like browsing online or somebody recommends something to me and I just have a ton of book recommendations overall, it can be hard to decide whether or not you want to read a book. And I find that some of the summaries on the back of the book just really don't give me enough for me to decide whether or not I want to read this book. So I like to go on short form. I like to read the one-page summary, and if I'm reading this and I feel like the concepts and the way it's broken down is kind of interesting and it's something that I do want to read, then I'll put that on my Goodreads and I'll come back to this, and I know this is a book that I definitely want to read. And also it helps me because that one-page summary could be enough. It could be that, you know, I've read this summary and I feel like I have the main ideas of the book. I don't feel like I need to pick up the book and actually read it. So it does help me that way. And I know it's not really technically reading the book, but I feel like if you're getting the main idea, sometimes you don't need those examples to really help you read the book, because I do find that sometimes authors have a way of really giving you the visual detail to drive a point, which is good if you're somebody who's very visual or if you just really need that example. But if you're like me, sometimes you kind of read a little bit, you get what the author is trying to tell you, and you just want the concept. And so I think this is a great way to figure out whether you want to read the book, or if you read the one-page summary and it's enough, then you decide, you know what, this is it. I've read this book, I'm ready to move on to the next one. And short form does have the audio version as well, so if you want to listen to this on the way to work or at the gym, you can also use the audio versions. I do want to note that although short form does not have all of the books that are out there right now, they're adding books every week and they're adding articles. Like it's quickly building, and I am actually really excited about that. Fun fact, I found out the brand is actually based in Cambridge, Massachusetts. If you guys have been following me for a while, then you guys know I'm originally from south of Boston, Massachusetts. So I thought that was pretty exciting that the brand is actually in Cambridge, Mass. I had a little nostalgic moment thinking back to my Boston days. The other way I like to use short form to read is to help me like a guide. Sometimes I feel like because I'm a slow reader and I'll tend to pick up a book and I forget like exactly what I'm reading, I love having short form be that guide that I can go to and kind of refresh my memory on the chapter or the concept or where exactly I'm at, and it just helps me pick right back up from where I am reading. Or sometimes I feel like I don't necessarily get the concept right away, and I love having short form be that guide that I can go to help me understand what's going on in the book. So I absolutely love that about short form. So those are the ways that I like to use short form. The next tool I like to use to help me read books faster is actually Audible. So I love Audible. I remember the first book that I read on Audible was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I loved it because on my way to work, I would put that on and listen to it through my hour-and-a-half commute at the time, and I would get through books so quickly that way. And it helped because sometimes I just don't want to sit there and actually read. It makes me sleepy and I just want to hear it. So I absolutely love using Audible. I feel like it's a great way to help you read books faster, especially if you're a slow reader like myself. So that's the other tool that I like to use to help me read books faster. And so the different ways that I like to use Audible is through in the morning, kind of like my morning routine. If I am doing my hair, my makeup, and I just want something in the background, I'll have Audible playing. If I'm driving to work or on a long commute somewhere, I'll use Audible then. And sometimes at night when I'm cooking or just anything where doesn't require too much focus, but I can listen to the book. That's how I use Audible. And I just want to say, guys, I'm so sorry for this lighting. This weather today is very interesting. But the third tool, it's not really a tool, it's more like a technique. It's more like a habit that helps me read books faster, is time blocking. So I set times throughout my day where I'm going to read because it helps me stay focused. I'm very much a type A person, so I like to plan things out because if I give myself a certain amount of time to do something and if it's on my calendar, then I'm going to stick to it. So how I use time blocking is every morning for 30 minutes, the first thing that I do is read for 30 minutes. I don't look at my phone, I don't look at anything, I just wake up and I read for 30 minutes. And then I also do the same thing before bedtime. I read for another 30 minutes. And lately, what I've been doing on my Sundays, on my reset day, is finding an hour and just blocking some time during the day and read for an hour. I find that this really helps me get through these books as quickly as I can because I have dedicated times that I am reading. And although I don't have times in the middle of the day, one of my friends mentioned that what she does is anytime she goes somewhere, she brings her book. And I started doing that as well. Like I went to the car wash the other day and I brought my book because I knew I was going to be there for maybe like 30 to an hour, depending on how detailed they're going to get. If I'm going to a doctor's appointment, I'm going to bring my book while I'm in the waiting room. If I'm at the nail salon and I'm waiting or I'm getting a pedicure, this is a great time to help you finish those books quicker, because if you're like me, you spend a lot of time scrolling on social media, and I'm really trying to decrease my screen time. So I've been bringing my book with me everywhere I go, and I find that it's been helping me read much quicker. All right, so now that I've shared with you guys how to read books faster and some of the tools and techniques that I'm starting to use this year, I want you guys to let me know what are some of the techniques that you have that you want to share with me. Let me know which of these techniques you guys want to incorporate next. And I want to share with you guys some of the books that I have on my reading list. I'm not going to share them all because we'd be here all day. So I do have them all on Goodreads. You guys can follow me there if you're interested. And so the first book that I have that I actually finished is Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King. So this was a very short, quick read. I enjoyed reading this because this really talks about positive daily habits, mindset, and making sure that you have high vibrations overall, because vibrations really does affect like your mood and what's going on, your mindset. One of the pages that really spoke to me in this book was on page 133. It says, "Don't let social constructed ideas about beauty lower your self-esteem. There are no rules to beauty. Accept and love yourself as you are. Embrace your flaws. Get comfortable with your own skin. Wear your imperfections like they don't need a season to be fashionable." That line was so important to me because I've been dealing with my own insecurities insecurities and imperfections. And when I read that, that was like, you know what? I am gonna wear my imperfections. I am gonna wear them proud because that's what makes me me. And without them, I wouldn't be who I am. The experiences that I've had, the things that I've gone through, I would not be here without them. So I'm going to own them, and they're going to be me. And they don't need a season to be fashionable. They're gonna be fashionable all the time. So that really spoke to me. This is the page here on the book. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but this page right here really spoke to me, and I really enjoyed this book. So I definitely will be picking this up again. The other book that I have, I think I'm about 70%, is Atomic Habits. Guys, I really enjoyed reading this book because the number one thing that I picked up in this, well, there's a few concepts, but the number one thing that's been sticking to me lately in this book here is the 2-minute rule. So it says that you do something for 2 minutes and it'll help you get that motivation to finish doing the activity that you need to do or start that habit. And I've been applying this in my morning routine. I've called it the 10-minute rule because I tell myself I'm gonna go to the gym for 10 minutes. There's high intensity or yoga or stretching or something. I'm gonna get to the gym every single day for 10 minutes. And I feel like right now this is a great start for me because I have a hard time motivating myself to get to the gym. So if I tell myself it's only 10 minutes, I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna work out for more than 10 minutes. But this has been helping me a lot. And another thing that I really enjoyed about this book is just how having tiny habits and habit stacking really help you with building those better habits. And so I've been using that as well. And I think there's one other concept in here is making your habit attractive so that you can do it. And so one habit that I really want to have is to drink more water. So a few different ways that I've been making my water more attractive to help me drink it is I have this really nice little cup that I use to help me. So when I see it, I'm like, it's cute, it's aesthetic. I can picture me drinking something else. And the other way that I've been doing is infusing fruit. So I've been cutting up strawberries, blueberries, lemon, mint, or cucumber, and making infused water in the morning, putting that in the fridge. And throughout the day, it helps me drink it because I feel like it's very, very aesthetic and pleasing. And so it's been helping me a lot. So these are some of the concepts that I picked up from Atomic Habits. I am going to reread it just to make sure that I didn't forget anything. And this time I want to finish it, okay? I have a bad habit of picking up books and not finishing them. So I'm building a new habit of finishing my books this year. Some of the other ones that I have, so this book, The 5 a.m. Club, I actually did not read this book. I read it on short form because I felt like when I was reading this, I couldn't get through the first couple of pages, and I just decided to go on short form. I read it on short form and I felt like I got the meat in here. I got what I needed to get from this book. I might try to read it again, but this is another book that I will say I've completed. It might be cheating, but to me, I feel like I've completed this book. And the reason why I picked this book up is because I historically have had a 5 a.m. routine, but what I found for myself is that you don't have to have a 5 a.m. routine. I know society might say like, oh, everybody needs to have this perfect 5 a.m. routine or a perfect morning routine in general. And what I picked up from this book is really just having that victory hour. And the victory hour is the first hour when you wake up. There's a 20-20-20 formula, which is to reflect for 20 minutes, to growth for 20 minutes, and to exercise for 20 minutes. And that's really gonna help shape the morning. And I have a 7 a.m. morning routine that I'll link for you guys if you're interested. That's really what's been helping me. So when I wake up in the morning, I read, I exercise, and then I journal or plan my day. And I've been finding that that's helped me maximize my productivity. Now, I'm not saying my mornings are always like this. They're not always perfect. Sometimes I sleep in till 9 or 8, or I'm taking it easy. I decide I'm not going to work out, or I'm not going to reflect. I'm not going to, so not all mornings are perfect, but I do think that having those it has helped me have a better morning routine. The next book that's here is You're a Badass at Making Money. I believe I'm about 70% done with this book here. And what I've been picking up from this book is really just having a better relationship with money and your mindset towards money. And that's been really what I've been getting from this book as a takeaway, is just how have I thought about money historically in the past, and how that has shaped my mindset into how I make money. So this is a very good book here. I'm almost done. This next one here, It Ends With Us. This is by Colleen Hoover. Now this is more of a romance novel, I believe. So it's not like a personal development, self-help mindset type of book. But I've been trying to pick up more books like this just to help me balance out the mindset books along with something else, so that I'm not always reading the same thing. And I do want to say thank you, Shortform, for sponsoring today's video. I'm very excited. I enjoy using Shortform. I think it was the best thing invented for me, because I just love having that one-page summary, that really detailed summary that explains the book to me. I absolutely enjoy it. And I will have the link below for you guys if you want to sign up, get 5 days unlimited. I just want to say thank you guys. Let me know in the comments how you plan to read books faster using some of these techniques. And I'll see you beauties in my next video. Bye.